I'm Mrs. D Math. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to cover angle-angle similarity in 8th grade math. So we know that two shapes are similar if they have the same shape, but they're different sizes. And we can conclude two triangles are similar if the corresponding angles are congruent and the corresponding sides are proportional. So here we have triangle 1, and we are given 2 of those 3 angles. And then we have triangle 2, and we're given one angle the same and another angle is different. So we want to first figure out if these two triangles are similar, which means that their angles are going to be congruent. So I do see that this angle is congruent to this angle, but I need to also find this angle to see if it equals 35 and this angle to see if it equals 65. So in order to do this, I'm going to use my triangle sum theory, and I know that all 3 angles of a triangle added together equal 180 degrees. So I'm going to find my missing angle up here by adding 35 plus 80 plus my unknown, and I know those together are going to equal 180 degrees. On this other triangle, I'm going to add 65 plus 80 plus my unknown, and those also equal 180 degrees. Well, I know that 35 plus 80 is 115, and then I simply have to subtract 115 from 180 in order to find my question mark. And so on this side, it's going to cancel. Over here, my question mark equals 65 degrees. So this is also 65 degrees. That means this should, on this side, equal 35 degrees, but let's test it out. So I'm going to add 65 and 80, which is 145. That plus my question mark should equal 180 degrees. So I'm going to subtract 145 from 180, and that means my question mark equals 35 degrees. So because we concluded that all 3 angles are congruent, we know that these are similar shapes. But we can also use this information when the triangles are similar, not only to find missing angles or to tell if they're congruent, but that means that the sides are going to be proportional, and this can help us solve real-world problems. Now, I don't have an exact problem for you, but this picture represents a lot of problems that you might see indicating this type of a setup. And so you may have a 6-foot man standing here, and his shadow is 4 feet long, and the tree behind him has a height that is unknown, and the shadow of the tree is actually 20 feet long, but from the tree to the man is 16 feet. So I could figure out the height of the tree. I could also figure out the height of a building, or I could figure out how far up on the wall the ladder is using this kind of information. So I know that this angle and this angle are both right angles, and they also share this angle. So that means that these top angles have to also be equivalent. So I can use the numbers here that I know, and I can set up a proportion in order to figure out my missing h. I know that h corresponds to 6 feet. So this side length corresponds to this side length. And then this side length is going to correspond to this total distance. So 4 feet goes with 6 feet because they are both part of the smaller triangle here. So 4 is going to go under the 6. And then that means that 16 plus 4, my 20 feet, goes with the height, which is my h. Now I'm going to solve this just like I would any proportion, and I'm going to multiply my cross products because I do know that my cross products 4 times h are equal. So that equals 6 times 20. So 4h equals 120. Then last, I'm going to divide both sides by 4. So that means h equals 30 feet. So this right here is going to be 30 feet tall. So back to our real world situation, maybe we're talking about a man that's 6 feet tall and his shadow is 4 feet long. Then the height of the tree behind him would be 30 feet if its shadow is 20 feet long. Now I can only use this information using a proportion to solve for the missing side if I know that my triangles are similar. So they do have to have congruent angles, and that means that the sides are going to be proportional. Thanks for joining me today for angle-angle similarity in 8th grade math. I'm Mrs. D Math. I hope you have a great day. Bye.